On January 9th, Caden was hit in the eye with a non-lethal projectile while protesting the tragic death of Renee Good. This is long, but his story needs to be shared. This is a small part of an interview he did with channel KTLA 5. Trigger warning for an eye injury that is visible at 12 seconds into the clip.
Rummler.
Okay, spell that please.
Rummler.
Okay, and you are 21.
Yes, I'm 21.
Okay. Tell us about just what hit you. Do you know what hit you, and what are you going through?
They called it a PSL bullet. We tried to contact them to know what kind of metal it is and what it is, and they kind of not let us know. Like, my doctor tried to contact DHS, and they gave her a phone number, and then that person gave her a phone number, and that person gave her a phone number, and then that phone number went to nothing. And my dad went to the office and tried to ask them about it, and they kind of just told, like, wouldn't tell him anything. So
okay. Basically, I think they call this a less than lethal round.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
How did it feel?
I remember when it hit me, I kind of didn't realize what happened, really. I remember falling to my knees, and I remember covering my head, and it was just like this pressure and this ringing in my ear, and like everything just started muffling, and like, I don't know, it felt kind of surreal in a sense. I felt like, I think I had so much adrenaline from the impact that I wasn't really fully feeling it yet, I don't think.
Did you know you were bleeding profusely?
I felt like a lot of warmth on my face, but like I couldn't really tell that I was bleeding quite yet. It wasn't until he started dragging me when I really felt it and knew I was bleeding.
What were you saying in that moment
when he was dragging me?
Yeah.
Well, this was closed and it was choking me, and I was trying to grab at it, and I was like, I can't breathe, and he just kept dragging me and didn't say a word.
What are your thoughts? What's going through your mind right now?
Right now, I'm not really sure. I'm mostly trying to remember and make sure I get the details right and stuff. Trying like going over it in my mind. I've been going over it a lot lately. It's, kind of sucks having to relive it over and over to tell all these people, but it's something that I think needs to be done. So.
Were you given medical attention quickly? What happened after you were dragged into the building?
Once I was dragged into the building, he had me like down on the floor, and I remember seeing this pile of blood. It was like really dark, coagulated blood. It was like a pile bigger than my face, and like he pushed my head into it like this, and he just held me there. And then with his free hand, he was on top of me, and he was putting my hands behind my back really aggressively and handcuffing me. And I was pleading with him. I was like, call an ambulance. Please call an ambulance. There's so much blood. Please call an ambulance. I'm going to bleed out. Please call an ambulance. He didn't say a word. He's completely silent.
Or did he ever mock you? Saying, you're going to be blind in that eye?
Well, that was, when that happened, it was people, I couldn't see at this point, so I don't know who it was, but when they took me outside to go to the ambulance, which wasn't there yet, I was standing out in the cold, leaning against a rail, and they wouldn't let me sit because they were like, you won't be able to get up, so they made me stand, and I had no shoes on, and I was cold and shivering, and two people were talking. I couldn't see them, I couldn't see anything, and they kind of like said, like, they were like chuckling and saying how I won't ever get to see out of my left eye again, just chuckling about it. And I remember saying, shame on you guys for laughing at the fact that I'll never see again, shame on you. And after that, they kind of shut up and were silent.
How long did you wait before the ambulance came, do you know?
I was really out of it. I was just trying to focus on staying conscious, so I'm not entirely sure, but it was at least 30 minutes.
What can you tell us about your injuries now and the prognosis? Will you be blind in that eye for life?
From what I've heard the doctors say and everyone else, yes, I will be blind for life. They said my globe was ruptured. I had like my lower lid was like cut up, and they had to take skin from my temple to fix it. There's a lot to it. I don't remember all the things that they said. I have fractures in my skull that they can't fix, and I can't sneeze or cough because it's dangerous too. I remember also when I shot, there was pepper in it, and I had pepper down my throat. It made it hard to breathe for a long time. They pulled a piece of plastic the size of a nickel out of my eye. They said I had shards of metal, glass, and plastic all throughout my eye and behind my eye and in my skull. And they also said that I had a piece of shrapnel metal about a few millimeters away from my carotid artery. And they said it was a miracle I survived, because if it got any closer, if it hit that, I would have died that night.
Totally blind right now? You see nothing out of the eye?
Nothing out of this eye. Yeah, it's black.